Not gonna lie, I was kind of hesitant to do this one because it's just 3 weeks after the fact. My friend did say that there was something cute with Baeko in it, so I am interested to see what that is about. There we go. I guess this was the thing. Let's see Petra still a mate. Oh, Rem's asleep. No words is an interesting approach. I'll give them that. The Subaru also promised he wasn't going to do Return by Dead anymore, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles that. I'm sure he'll break that promise. Oh my god, it's the guy from the alley. Surely now that you're within the public eye, nothing bad could happen, could it? Could it? And who could he be? This was, God, that was Sloth. No, he wasn't Sloth. This one has to be... Maybe it's Pride? Yeah, just keep reminding us that Rem's in a coma. There's nothing we can do about it. We can just wait for her to return. We have a date. Well, sort of. A month. October's just so far away, though. The Anime Japan 2024 stage event for the third season of ReZero, Starting Life in Another World anime, revealed a new promotional video for the anime on Sunday. Well, that's 3 weeks ago. The video reveals anime's October premiere date. That isn't a date so much as it's just a month that it's going to happen, unless it gets pushed back again. The event also revealed that Aya Yamane will join the cast as the character Liliana Masquerade. What else you got? Video highlights the third season's new setting in Pristella. I hope I pronounced that right. The Canal City. Liliana is a troubadour and songstress living in Pristella. And it just goes on about the anime. I'm getting the feeling that there's not going to be much information about this no matter where I go. Just about the new character and just that the series has a date, if you want to call it that. So, it seems to have turned up dry. Let's see what we got. Anybody who's read the novels will vouch how godly ReZero gets after Season 2. This only shows part of Arc 5, and the season is adapting Arcs 5 and 6. Many fans will think 6 is a masterpiece and the best arc of ReZero. If you're an anime only, enjoy, because it's when ReZero becomes one of the most legendary shows in anime. I'd say that it's already stood the test of time. Like, when it first came out in, 2016? Everybody was just gushing over the twins, Rem and Rom. Emilia to some extent, and how Rem's confession made Emilia worst girl for doing absolutely nothing. Which is just... If that doesn't tell you much about the fan base, I don't know what will. But I'll give them this. Their character design is probably one of the best that I've seen in a long time. I hold to it that My Hero Academia has the best character design, but this is probably a close second. If you see a silhouette of any of these characters, you will know who they are and where they're from. Immediately got that Nami time skip upgrade. That's the other thing I've seen. On my Instagram, it's just been non-stop photos of how Emilia looks so good. Or at least how she looks more, she's got greater assets, I will say. Where is it? Did I miss it? The improvement is right there in front of you. The proof is in the pudding. Not a fan of isekai, but ReZero is just better than most isekais. The problem there is that you need to know what an isekai is before going to ReZero to kind of get it. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you can just hop into it thinking that this is just how things work. But when he goes into the world, just right off the bat, he kind of knows what's going on. And it's really up to the audience to also know what's going on as well. Never opened a notification faster in my life. This is truly a moment in history. Well, I hope it does. I hope it is. I just batched the whole thing starting from season 1 and the last episode of season 2, part 2. I actually had already watched the first season a few years back. Back then, I was so stupid I couldn't even catch the small detail and nuances in each and every episode the whole anime carries with it. Now I am a more mature whilst also having a better perception and views around the whole entirety of the past 4 arcs. I can proudly say that this is the best isekai of all times. And I will agree with you there. It is probably the best one. These guys have been hyping it up, saying it's only going to get better, and now all I am left with is excitement. ReZero has shaped my life. You have this profound comment up above, and then it's just ReZero has shaped me. When I watched season 1, I was miserable in high school, had nothing going on for myself. Subaru inspired me to change. By 2020 to 2021, in the second season, I was the 4th best student in my senior year at high school. Got into the best college in my state, still inspired by Subaru. By 2024, I'm a mid-level software engineer working in AI. I can't tell if I had gotten this far without ReZero. The past 7 years have been insane. I'm forever thankful for the entire staff involved in ReZero. Oh, my god. Anime saved this guy's life, it seems. ReZero in particular. A lot of these comments, or at least the last 2 that I've read so far, seem to be pretty profound. Like, this is a series that changes people, and I think that that's pretty special. You can't really say that for a lot of seasons. Or, you can't really say that for a lot of series that are out there. Am I the only person who rewatches the whole entire anime after a new season comes out? No, brother, you are not the only one. I'm sure that many in this comment section have done the same thing as you. And I might do the same thing myself. They said it couldn't happen. Here we are now. I don't know. I don't think there's one person who didn't think that ReZero wasn't going to get its latest season. A lot of people were anticipating them to continue the story because season 2 was still a success. I think it was probably the biggest thing that came out that year. What year was it? It was... It had to have been right before COVID happened. Summer 2020, yeah, because it was. I think it was as big as it was because it was one of the few that still produced at the time in a realm where there was really nothing else going on. This must have been the only thing that was on everybody's radar. Oh, I was wrong. Yeah, I was terribly wrong. I forgot that all this other stuff was also coming out. But ReZero is still probably the biggest name out there. ReZero and Rent a Girlfriend, who now has a 6.99. Oof. Yeah, that tanked hard. Oh, yes, we got a release date. Exactly, we got a release month, not a date. For all we know, they could push this thing back again. Because we've already had, 2 delays for this so far? Granted, this is ReZero we're talking about, so by all means, White Fox, please let them cook. Give them all the time that they need. So excited for this. The animation looks insane. I'll tell you what I'm excited for. I'm excited for Myth and Royd going hard on a new OP that barely gets shown. Because the big thing about Season 2, or one of the biggest things that I remember, is that you had really good openings, but you just never showed them. Because the episode scenes were... the episodes ranged anywhere from just your average 24 minutes to maybe 30 or 31. And they only ever showed the 3rd opening a total of 2 times, I want to say. It's just because White Fox is willing to give ReZero all the time that it needs. And I think that there is something special in a community, nay, a production company, or an animation company, that is willing to go the extra mile and say, no, we're going to adapt it the way that we want to. Everybody could shut the hell up.